Hey guys, Jordan Connect here with another episode of Embrace the Chase. And I'm really excited tonight because it is episode 31. And we have Greg Jeffries in the house, who is an SEO and affiliate marketing expert. And I am pumped out of my mind. But as always, guys, for those of you tuning in live for the first time or watching, we are interviewing well over 100 entrepreneurs, authors, and speakers over the next year to kind of learn from their stories, take some of their advice and apply it to our lives to make the world a better place. But like I said, we have Greg on tonight. And Greg, love having you on, sir. Is there anything you'd like to add to that?
No, just thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. So you guys are familiar with how we do things. We stick to the same three buckets every single time. But we're going to start with the very first one, just kind of talk with Greg. Can you go on ahead and just tell us your story? How did you even get into affiliate marketing and online marketing, and what did you do prior?
Yeah, so I guess I'll dive a little bit deeper. I've given kind of a background in previous interviews, but I want to give some more context to because I kind of make the start of my affiliate marketing career about like 2010 or so when I moved out to Austin, Texas, about 7 years ago. But there's some stuff prior to that like groundwork that was laid that kind of made that transition a little bit easier. So way back in like 1995, that's when I first, like a friend and I just decided it would be a good idea to learn HTML. So we got some books and learned how to code like websites back before, the social medias and all that stuff. So it was just kind of Craigslist looking websites that we were making just for fun. So that was kind of how all this started. So some of the code that I learned back then, I don't consider myself a programmer or anything like that, but just basic HTML commands. Like I still use that today for, in WordPress and things like that. So that was like phase one. Phase two was kind of, that continued to like high school and stuff. And then from college, I went to college just 'cause that's the direction everybody, all my friends went to, but I didn't know what I really wanted to do. I was told that was what you had to do after high school, even though I didn't really know. So I went to art school, but on the side, I was just kind of dabbling in, I guess you could call it online marketing. But when I graduated, it was 2004. So 2005 was when the Facebooks and the YouTube started, but it wasn't what we know now. It was very primitive. The world still wasn't as connected as it is today with social media and stuff. So there wasn't a lot of communities, or at least that I knew about, while I was in college. So it was just kind of completely on my own. Yes, there were product launches and things like that. But, basically, long story short, I made a little bit of money in college just with surveys and things like that. But we're talking about crumbs, maybe I think the biggest year I had was $100 to $200 a year or something. So it was just little side money, hobby money. And then that kind of same mindset sort of carried over when I moved out to Austin after college. And I started making, a couple $100 a month, but it was just trying a whole bunch of stuff, basically all the stuff I've learned or the things I'm doing now is just a accumulation of all the stuff I've consumed over the years. So tons of courses, tens of thousands of dollars in software and courses and stuff. And I mean, yeah, it's been 7 years, but there's a lot that's happened in that time period. And I didn't have the best, highest paying jobs or anything like that either. So it was maxing out credit cards. And I mean, you've heard these stories before, but that was just my reality. That's what it took me to get to where I'm at. So, tens of thousands of dollars spent, and it's somehow gravitated eventually towards SEO because I guess I just consumed the most courses and information about SEO. So, I know probably more about more things than most other internet marketers, but I definitely know the most about SEO. So that's kind of a long-winded explanation, but I want to give people a little bit of context because, I kind of marked the start of my affiliate marketing online, official online marketing career in 2010. But So even then it took me a while to get here, but there was a lot of stuff before that that made it a little bit easier. So I took the very long, slow route. Like I didn't have a lot of mentors and things like that. So yeah, it took me a while to get here. But like we said before we went live, you know, it doesn't matter how long it took me to get here. What matters is that I'm here now. So
True. So I have a follow-up question to that. How did you continue the faith? You know, going, because how long did it really take you to start making, let's say, 50 grand a year? Was it sooner than 7 years, or was that this year?
That was literally just this year.
Okay.
So last year, I think I made just shy of like 50,000 on the side. So, but yeah, it was like it was mostly mindset. And I know you hear that a lot, and it just sounds kind of like woo woo and all this self help stuff and mindset and, you know, empowerment stuff. But it's true. Like there was a big mental hurdle for whatever reason that was keeping me from, you know, making a full-time income. Like I was making, you know, hundreds or thousands of dollars for several years. And for whatever reason, it was just kind of like hobby money. Like it was nice to have side income, but for whatever reason, I just didn't go all in. I don't know why I was dragging it out so long, but and even this year was my first year that I made like 5 figures a month. And that took forever to kind of break through that mental hurdle. But once I made that like I haven't made less than that since. So it's weird that it took me that long, but yeah, just to staying disciplined and consistent. Like even after college, again, I wasn't good. Kind of like I didn't really know what I wanted to do in college. Like I know I'm a hard worker or whatever, but I didn't know what I wanted to do as a career but I was told I had to do something. So I just got a job or something. So they were like, when I came out to Austin, I literally just packed up my car and drove out here. I didn't even have a job. And it sounds like sexier than it actually was, but, but it wasn't, you know, I just kind of bounced from contract to freelance job for the first couple of years and just got short-term leases, and, you know, somehow I was able to make it. And that was off just like a little bit of savings, like enough for like a 3-month lease and like 1 credit card. So I didn't even have that much. I didn't even know I could get like 2 and 3 credit cards back then. So, and that first credit card was only like $1,500. So not that much to work with. So I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. But yeah, just I didn't know what I wanted to do in the corporate world, and it wasn't really going anywhere, climbing the corporate ladder or anything like that. But I couldn't like stomach the thought of, I don't know, being in like a career for like 20 years for the hopes of like retirement, 20, 30, 40 years. And so I was like, I know I don't want to do that, but I don't know how to get like full-time income from this affiliate stuff. I know people are earning it, but I don't know. And like, it took me a while to figure it out. I don't know why I was so slow, but like if I had any advice to give, you know, somebody starting out new, it would definitely be to start attending some great, you know, live events, find some live events with like-minded people that are doing things that you want to do, making the money that you want to make, and then like network like crazy with them and just become their friends and try to find a mentor in that setting. That's the best advice I can give. I held myself back from that for a long time too, because like when I was in college, I think I knew of like 1 or 2 of events, but again, it didn't seem like it was that, like there were that many affiliate marketers going to live events. And I was like, oh, I don't want to be there with a bunch of weirdos. Like, but you know, we're all kind of weird, but, they're the caliber of people that show up to these live events are people that are actually like, they're just higher caliber people, because you got to think of what it takes to show up to a live event, especially in a different state or country than you. So people have to pay for the plane ticket, the event ticket, the meals, the hotel. So all that cost combined, like the people that show up to those events are very serious, you know, and they're probably already having some degree of success to be able to even afford to be there. So I was cheap in the beginning, and for like literally last year was the first year that I started attending like live events in different cities and like Vegas and things like that. So, but that's made a world of difference. Just not even what you learn there, but it's really just the relationships and the networks. Like you never know when like 6 months, a year down the line, somebody will just be like, "Hey, I just want to let you know, like, we met at this event, and I just want to let you know about this product launch that like nobody else knows about, and like you can make a lot of money if you do this one thing." And then boom, overnight, you made 10 times whatever that event cost. That can happen. So.
So then, what was the S curve over the last 18 months that made you go from making a couple thousand a month to just boom, 15 grand a month plus?
Yeah. So so if we take the last 7 years, probably the last 4 or 5 years was just kind of acquiring knowledge, acquiring information. And I know there's kind of like two camps of whether or not you should take more courses as opposed to taking action. But the reality is like you have to have some direction to take action. Like you can't just take action doing like you're not going to get anywhere. So I kind of like to have some, like I know I don't have to have all the answers, but I'm sure a lot of people can relate. Like you want to have some sort of complete puzzle in your mind so that you can kind of know that you're headed in the right direction. So it took me a while to gather enough information to where I was at least confident, and actually going to these live events confirmed that what I was doing was kind of on the right direction. Because when you're keeping to yourself and you're not getting out there and networking and connecting with other people that are doing the same things you're doing, like that's what held me back a lot longer than it was necessary. Because what I found when I went to some of these first live events, as I talked to other people that were in SEO and told them kind of what I was doing and kind of, talked to them for a couple of minutes and picked their brains. And I could have assessed them in a couple of minutes. And I realized, man, they're making more than me. But I know way more than these people. And I kind of confirmed that some of the things I was doing were right, but I didn't have anything to measure it against while it was just me in my, apartment. Like, I'm just like, I hope this is right. Maybe it's right. And, even though you're getting some results, you're still doubting yourself. Yeah, hopefully that kind of.
Oh, that's great. That's great. We can actually move on to the next kind of a segment, guys, which is, current projects or anything you have going on in the future. So for the audience watching right now, Greg is actually the founder of IM Source, which stands for Internet Marketing Source. I have the link down below for you guys who are watching this now if you want to check it out later. It's awesome. He's basically compiled all of the last 7 years of knowledge that he's learned and put it in a one-stop shop for you guys to check it out. And then he's also created SEO Affiliate Domination, which is his course. And it normally sells for over $1,000, I believe. But he has a limited time offer right now. So you guys may want to check that link down below. I believe it's 50% off. So scoop that up while you still can. But Greg, talk to us about those projects and anything you have going into 2018.
Yeah. So right now my main project is the course. So that I basically is kind of made it one for myself as a reference for myself, because all this stuff kind of has been floating around my head for the last couple of years and months. And so it's kind of a reference for myself, and then also to teach and kind of empower other people to make a full-time income, or teach them how to make a full-time income online, using those methods and strategies that I use, which is SEO. And I understand that like SEO may not sound super sexy to most people, because a lot of other courses and content out there, they're just boring. They're boring. They're long. They're super technical. And I'm sure some of the stuff can be technical or can be explained in like a technical, boring way. But I try to kind of demystify some of this SEO stuff and explain it and communicate in a really simple way. Because if it was super complicated, I definitely wouldn't be doing it. The thing that I was looking for when I first started out with internet marketing was I didn't really care what I was doing, but I wanted it to meet a couple of criteria. And, I don't really buy into like the hustle 18 hours a day, things that like Gary Vee preaches and stuff. Like I'm all about hustling, and you gotta put in some effort at some point to get results. But I definitely don't want to work 18-hour days consistently. That is not really sustainable for me. So I have always envisioned like being able to put in X amount of hours, and then just you build it into your lifestyle. It's kind of like going to the gym. Like I don't want to be in the gym all day either. Like you just build into your lifestyle, and so I want to develop a system that I don't want to do nothing either. I actually enjoy taking action and putting forth effort and stuff. So the strategies that I teach inside the course aren't going to take you like forever and ever to implement. They're not going to take you a ton of money. Obviously, if you want to scale up faster, there are some things that you can do and tools that you can invest into to scale more rapidly. But so that's kind of why I put it together to empower people that are looking just to get from zero to like a couple $100, couple $1,000 a day, because day a month, because most people, like I know everybody gets excited about Lambos and big fancy houses and things like that, but when you really sit down and talk to most people that are not really happy at their jobs and they really just want the freedom, and freedom, I promise you, it doesn't cost $1 million. Like probably most people can get by with $100 a day. $200 a day is even better, a little more comfortable, depending on if you're single or you have a family, you may need to make a little more. But like I just want to communicate and show people that it doesn't take that much to acquire that amount of money passively. And the cool thing about SEO or any other method of making money online is that you're basically in control of your own salary. So with a boss, no matter how good of an employee you are, you can't go to your boss every single month and demand a 50% raise or anything like that. But you can do that with online marketing if you want. So.
That's true. So for those of you that don't know what affiliate marketing is, it's basically someone else has created a product and they say, if you market this for me and someone buys it, we'll give you a percentage. So to follow up, Greg, what are your favorite ways to find affiliate offers?
Mostly just kind of being observant and aware of trends and advertising, actually, like whether it's on radio or TV or YouTube ads, just be aware of some of the products that you see advertisements for. For instance, one that's doing really well right now are these mattresses. I don't know if you've seen like Purple mattresses or Ghost Bed or Nectar Sleep. There's all these like trendy mattress brands. And of course, there's the big ones like the Jamisons and the Sertas and stuff. But for whatever reason, in the last couple of years, there's been a big trend in these like, trendy mattresses, the Ghost Beds, the Lisa, Nectar Sleep. I mean, there's like 20 of them. And so if you look up those brands, all or some of them have affiliate programs, and just if you pay attention to infomercials and things like that. So I'm always looking at things as from a perspective of a marketer. So if I most of the time it's just sort of banner blindness, but if you see the same ads popping up again and again, or the same type of ads again and again, like on Spotify or something, if you're listening and you've got like a free account, you're listening to the ads or whatever, and you hear the same ones over and over and over and over again, like there's a good chance that people are probably searching for that stuff just to do research on it. So if those products and services have affiliate programs, then that's a good an indicator or opportunity. And also, I like to look for offers on affiliate networks. So there's affiliate networks that have a variety of different products and services like Commission Junction and ShareSell and ClickBank and things like that, that have these that are basically a network for these big brands to have their affiliate program on. And then there are some products and services have their own private affiliate programs. So you can do either or, but I kind of like sticking with the networks because a lot of times those networks have a minimum threshold for you to be able to cash out. So let's say it's like $100. Well, if you sell a product and you only get like $7 commission, well, I don't know, you may not sell too many of that one particular product that month. So you may not have enough to cash out. But if you sold one of that product and you sold, had another site promoting a completely different product or service, and you got $7 from that and $10 from a different product and $50 from another, all that collectively might add up to 100, which means you can cash out, which, just you're setting the bar a little bit lower, but it's more achievable for the average person. So, some people watching this, they may have heard of like super affiliates, which are people that can drive like tons and tons of sales and commissions and stuff. But the average person may not be able to generate tens of thousands of dollars for one program in a single month, or at least to start out with. So to kind of make it to where they can at least get a check every single month. It's cool, or a good idea to stick to some of these affiliate networks so you can at least get a paycheck every single month, and ideally have multiple of these accounts set up so you have multiple streams of income for different networks and stuff. So,
do you have a preference for digital products or physical products?
Not really. I mean, I do believe that. I do feel like physical products, there's lower resistance, just because it's physical, and I don't know. I feel like most people aren't going to return a physical product, but that's kind of my insider feedback there. I've had success selling digital and physical, but I'm actually starting to, like, what I know the most about is the internet marketing, make money online niche, and most of those are digital products. But I'm starting to get more into the physical side of stuff. Like, obviously Amazon has a massive site and affiliate program, but there's other physical products that you can that have affiliate programs out there. So pretty much, and if you want ideas, I mean, literally just go to Walmart or go to like Barnes and Noble or something, and just to get ideas of like, or the grocery store or anything of products, because all the stuff on the aisles in these department stores and supermarkets, they're all stuff you can buy online, and people buy them every single day. So a lot of times, like when I first start in affiliate marketing, I used to think of like, oh, like I like affiliate marketing, everybody else on the planet likes affiliate marketing, which is not true. There's like very, very small demographic of people that are like you and me that actually care about making money online. The rest of the people are just consumers. And so they're buying all these other things, just like multivitamins and, underwear and t-shirt, like all this boring stuff. Like, you can make a lot of money off of all that stuff that people just buy on a regular basis, and they don't really think about it because it's something they need, or they need every single month or something. So all the just the normal stuff that they buy to run their life, shoes, shirts, hats, vacuum cleaners, all the boring stuff, it's not super sexy, but people need it. So
that's genius. I've always kind of stuck my mind around like e-courses, but that's
think about. I mean, I'm looking at your room here. So everything in your room, you've got a whiteboard, you've got a sign, you've got a lamp, you've got a T-shirt, you got a printer, a microphone, paint, like doors, doorknob, like all this boring stuff. You're probably not even thinking about, but it's like, well, that room, didn't create itself. Like, all that stuff was purchased. And so all that stuff, there's probably an affiliate program for all that stuff.
Huh. So, my mind is blown right now. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'll just hit on this. So for the course, like the angle kind of that I attack SEO, because it is there's I use or go after like long tail keywords, which are very far less competitive than some of the other types of keywords that people talk about in other SEO courses. And so, like, there's, as you said, your mind's blown. Like, there's a massive blue ocean of opportunity out there for anybody that is looking to make money online or whatever. There's just, so if I've said this, I think before in other interviews, like if like 10,000 people bought my course and implemented it, there's still been enough opportunity for everybody. Like, there's that many keywords out there. And it's really not so much about making money off of a specific keyword for a product, and the competition that goes along with that. But rather than like siphoning the traffic. The traffic is key, because the traffic is, those people are not, I mean, just because they came to your site because they were interested in like a lamp doesn't mean they don't also want to make money. And so you can sell them products on how to make money, how to lose weight, how to repair a relationship. Like who cares that they came there for that, a microphone or something like that. There are other things that people want and need and stuff. So it's really about the traffic, because the traffic is what gives you power and authority. That's why radio stations and TV networks and stuff are so powerful. It's because of the audience, the network that they built up. And going back to your question, I just remembered now that the S curve that you were talking about. So I finally quit my last job last December. So I've been like self-employed now for about a year. So the S curve that you were talking about, how that happened was I had been kind of refining some strategies up until last December, and up until then, like a good month for me was like $3,000 to $4,000. And so even though I wasn't making that much at my job, when I left, I still had to make up like that difference of that small income, and I had to make it up pretty quick. So really the only X factor or whatever there was literally just discipline and execution, implementation and stuff. So now that I had all my time, because I wasn't spending, the 10, 12 hours that it took me to be at the office and commute back and forth, I had the whole day to focus on marketing. And I actually had a clear plan. Like I knew what I need to do. So in the next like 2 or 3 months, it was pretty crazy, but like doubled, tripled my income. And this was all just from SEO. So it wasn't like paid traffic. I know there's a lot of crazy paid traffic stories of like scaling campaigns, but I did this literally all through SEO. So that's really, it just came down to implementation. So instead of thinking about stuff, I actually did it.
That's crazy. Alex has a follow-up question, and it's basically, how do you get in contact to be an affiliate for major brands? And from my understanding, it's usually on their website at the very bottom, but are there other ways that you get in contact with people?
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, the easiest way is usually listed on their website. Sometimes I don't even know that affiliate brands have affiliate programs, but a lot of times they're just, because maybe they don't have it on their website, but then you'll just be browsing these affiliate networks, like create an account on ShareSell or Commission Junction. You just see them and then you just apply. And so that's, and then if you can't find it, usually I just type in the name of the product or service followed by the word affiliate or referral program or something in Google, and usually their page pulls up. Sometimes they do have like affiliate programs, but they're private, so you may need to reach out to them and kind of prove that you know what you're talking about at least. And I've had people set me up with, or brands set me up with being an affiliate, and it's not really listed anywhere that they have an affiliate program, but most companies do. And so that's the best way to go about finding them.
Great answer. Thanks, Greg. Guys, I want to be respectful of Greg's time, so I'm going to ask the last question. Greg, what's kind of on your heart or on your mind right now that you either want someone to know about you or something specifically, like a cause?
It's a pretty open-ended question. I kind of thought a little bit about it before. So I've got a lot of big dreams and visions there, for the future. But like for now, with my course, the purpose behind that is that, I know that this stuff works. I don't need to prove it to myself. And so the reason I created the course is that I hope people will pick it up if it's something that if it sounds, interesting to them or whatever. And the whole goal is to kind of empower them to be financially free. While you can make 6 and 7 figures from this information, that's not the initial goal. And some people are going to, be really ambitious and reach those goals just with this information. But I really just want to get people to like $100 to $200 a day and, help them set themselves free, because yeah, just it's not that hard. I don't know, like we both know, like $100 to $200 a day. I mean, it sounds really comfortable when you don't have it, but as soon as you get it, you're like, man, it really isn't that much. Um, so I just want to let people know it's not that much, you know, it's not that hard to get also. Like, so that's kind of the initial vision. If I can empower, you know, several hundred people or several thousand people, and they can just make enough to do that, then you know, once your expenses are all paid for, however much that is, your world just opens up. Like, because if you've got your expenses paid with passive income, and you know, you've got your time freed up, so you can choose to use that time to do whatever you want, or you can choose to use that time to make more money, and then it just compounds. So yeah, it's pretty awesome once you achieve that level. So I want to help people get to that level so that they can stop making excuses about, you know, oh, I don't have enough money to go on vacation, or go out to a movie or a nice restaurant. Like that, it's crazy when you think about things like that, like going out to a nice restaurant. I don't care if it's like $100 for a steak or whatever, because it's one meal of your entire life. Like that, if you put things in perspective, it's like you're saying that like one meal is too much for you to, like, you know, splurge and treat yourself one time. It's just like, come on, man. You know, we all need to live a little bit. So you know, these things aren't as expensive as you may think.
So true. Greg, thanks so much for being on. Guys, check out the links down below if you want to pick up the course. I'd recommend doing it as soon as you can, because that special discount isn't going to last very long. And as well as check out IM Source, Internet Marketing Source, basically is what it stands for.com. A full wealth of knowledge there. But Greg, thank you so much for being on. Would love to have you on again in the future. And you guys have an awesome night. See ya.
Thanks.